Hello everyone and welcome to the map Data C. Joining me here on the left side of the map wielding the blue drones, ever a fan favorite, it is Scarlet. And on the other side, in the upper right, the red Protoss, currently accused of stealing Scarlet's color, it is Nightmare. Seriously, guys? Scarlet's in blue? Who did this? Who failed? Such a simple task. Simple activity. And yet tells me so much about the organization of this tournament. Outrageous. Have to see what else is in store this game. Nightmare's hatch block successful. Seeing if Scarlet took that lower base, or did she pull a rogue or not? No, she went to the line third actually. I've seen it go both ways for this map. I've seen people take the line third, especially versus Terran. I've seen the triangle base taken because it's got such nice surface area. Just want to wrap it in Zerglings. On the other side, let's check in. How's the Protoss doing? The quick Nexus before the core, because you're safe. There's really no reason not to. Have to see. How are you guys doing today? I hope you are having a good day. Hope that you are just as excited to see what these two have in store. I honestly am not too sure. I know Scarlet really solid with timings. Queen pushes, Ravager Bane timings. Nightmare though, I'm gonna be honest here, I got nothing. I think the last game I casted with Nightmare was possibly a Sky Toss, a mass Void Ray situation, so I'm really not sure what to expect out of these two. Scarlet got that base up, getting the drones made. Probe just doing what probes do. Holding minerals taken from these poor innocent drones. I do see a Stargate on the way. Just one for now. No real indicator of what is to come. Opening Stargate is, of course, the versatile opener. The kind of catch-all, especially if you get an Oracle. Because the Oracle, of course, can give you scouting, can do a little harassment against the drones, can easily set up stasis wards around the map too. Just an all-around good idea, a good option. Slowling's gonna get into the base here. Get the scout off. Right as you start making the Oracle. Scarlet, go this way. No, don't attack the probes. Okay, fine. Got to see it. Got the Oracle scout off. Probes, of course, pulled off the line, and an Adept is here. Uh-oh. Right as Ling Speed finishes, actually. Gets a probe. One probe. First blood taken out here. There's more Lings coming, actually. They're going to be able to fill the wall. Oh, snags an Adept out on the map. That is nice to get. Unfortunately, the wall is going to be completed. One Zergling is in the base causing trouble. But it's just one Zergling. Should not be too much to handle, even for the probes. Oracle on the other side of the map is killing larvae. Really. That is what you have chosen to do with your high and mighty Protoss existence. You are fighting defenseless larvae. No wonder Terrans and Zergs can always come together to hate Protoss. This behavior is deplorable. Just outrageous. I'm taken aback. I'm aghast at this endeavor. It's one thing to pick on workers, alright? Yes, I can make fun of you for fighting drones or fighting SCV, sure. But larva, that's like an extra low. Oracle. Oh, really close to death, actually. Was that in your future? 19 health? Did you see that one coming? Bad puns, I know. Terrible puns. Roach Warren on the way for Scarlet. Pretty standard looking. Uh-oh. That's a second Stargate. And there is a Void Ray clearing Overlords. Just one Void Ray, and there's more. Okay. Gonna be that kind of game, Nightmare. Do I need to give out the warning to you beautiful viewers? Pause the video, go get a beverage, a nice snack. Of course, tell me what your snack is in the comments below, because we can all come together to enjoy eating food, of course. Only one of you needed to do that. But it's fine. It's much better than losing all 15 drones to it. Smoked. Got him. Queen's in position, outwitting the Oracle. It was, of course, the only Oracle because now the focus has shifted towards the Void Ray. Along with air weapons, too. Scarlet, what are you gearing up for here? This is a little odd. Is this a Queen Walk? Oh dear. It's looking like a Queen Walk. The Overlords are coming. I saw OV Speed finish up. Alright, here we go. Void Rays going to respond, start picking off the Zerglings, but let's see how strong they are once the Queens get into play. This is actually quite cinematic with the Overlords flying in too. Void Ray count is at 4. There is an Immortal on the board. Not sure where he is, though. He's not quite at the third base. Overlord's going to have to lay creep for the Queens to be able to transfuse and actually keep up with the Queens. Didn't think he would have to keep up with a Queen off creep, but here we are. And there we go. Ling's trying to get a surround. Immortal in an absolutely great spot. Void Ray's holding position above the buildings. Queen's not quite able to reach everything, though. 9 probes have fallen so far. Overcharge going to be thrown onto that battery up there. Trying to get targeted down. It does get destroyed, but most of the Zerg forces are gone with it. Disruptor shot. Good connection with the Roaches and the Ravagers. Queen's now being focused down. These batteries are out of energy, but there's still Void Rays. The count has increased even. Scarlet is losing momentum here. The amount of Queens is dwindling. The Immortal still here with 14 kills, as Immortals tend to do. So far, he has actually proven worthy of his name. A commendable push by Scarlet, a commendable attack. Unfortunately deflected by the Protoss here. Some probes were killed off, some damage was done, of course. Look at this cannon. This cannon is going to need therapy for at least 5 to 10 years now. I still remember the day the Zerg came. The cannon, we'll say. I don't know. I went with it. The amount of Queens actually back up to an impressive 14 already. How many were actually lost? Only 2 Queens were actually lost in that exchange. The energy was depleted. Transfuses were gone. Overlords were suffering, and there was really no other forces on the ground. So it makes sense why Scarlet wants to retreat in that situation. Nightmare happily going to accept the endeavor, start clearing off creep. There's a couple of infestors on the way, but there's no infestor upgrades, no pathogen glands, no neural. Holy Queen, 15 Queens, I like it. Monarchy level of Queens here. Actually, a monarchy would just be 1 Queen, right? We need something a little more populous, maybe an oligarchy. Let's go with that one. All you government knowledge lovers there, you can tell me. Viper's gonna be on the way. Upgrades, we're looking relatively even. It's just 1 plus 1 across the board. Uh-oh. That's 5 Archons, guys. 5 Archons on the way. Void Rays, Disruptors, a bit of a ragtag crew for the Protoss here. Disruptor shot, not going to connect. Infestor throws out a fungal growth. Ravager Bile's going to connect onto an Adept. It looks like Queen's desperately trying to transfuse to keep up the fight. Drones, so focused in their mining, they do not feel the psionic shockwave on their faces. Finally going to be pulled off the line. Queen's Roaches trying to hold back the Archons. Protoss forces are dwindling, but the hatchery is in peril. Good. Yoink. Disruptor's not getting away. Not today. Trying to get just enough energy to pull while the Disruptor attack is out. The consumption on this hatchery, recall initiated hatchery, was destroyed, and some forces are going to get out, actually. Resources lost only slightly in favor of the Protoss, actually. The amount of drones that were killed off, that's a bit much. Scarlet had the lead for workers killed up until that moment, so the drone losses hurt a bit. Losing the hatchery hurts. Not as much as the drones, though. Hatcheries can be replaced. Drones, you get emotionally attached to them. Drones are forever. Zealots, very ineffective run by here. Gonna be held back by the Roaches. Roach, Ravager, Viper. Composition I was not expecting. Threatening this base now. Ooh, feedback onto the Vipers. High Templar, of course, the anti-spellcaster, along with ghosts. Both of them have ways to remove energy. Zerg does not, though. Zerg has no way to remove energy. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? Come up with something like that, maybe. What could you do? Add it to fungal, maybe? Give it to infestors. The Viper already wears so many hats. They pull so much weight in most Zerg compositions. I don't think we can give anything else to the Viper. Like, we can't even give them the water balloon attack that High Templar has, because then people are like, wow, Viper's OP. And I can't even fault them for it. Vipers are just that good. Yoinking Disruptors, picking them off, pissing off this Protoss. It's over here. Group of Zealots. Their life for ire. Oh no, don't move the Roaches. Queens. Oh, gonna be sliced, diced, cut up, regicide on the field. 2 queens picked off. Uh-oh. Not a good time for this hatchery to be so close to completion. Roach, Viper. This is really the composition we're going with. Roach, Viper. Okay. Unfortunately, gonna lose this hatchery again. Just cannot keep it alive. Not enough defense. Is not able to commit to these attacks. A lot of roaches on the board, though. Scarlet is maxed out. 43 roaches. And a greater spire. Dare I say, Broodlords may be in play. First Disruptor shot. Disruptor shots are so tense. High Templar and Disruptors getting picked off by these advancing roaches. Even an Archon picked off. What does Nightmare have for the defense? A lot of Stalkers. Disruptors not really able to do that much. Oh, blink forward, they do get the Viper. And without Viper support, these Disruptors are about to get a lot scarier. There's only one Viper. And it's doing all sorts of shenanigans, because there's a Warp Prism in the main base, guys. Zealots pressuring the back. Stalker Disruptor pressuring the front. The Broodlords cannot get here quick enough. I'm actually not even sure Broodlords will save this. You need roaches. Yeah. Viper. Blinding Cloud, maybe? No, Stalker's just gonna retreat. The Warp Prism is still alive. Parasitic Bomb. Can we please get a parasitic bomb on this warp prism? Disruptors not able to get much done. The Blinkstalkers are able to continue their attacks. Gonna choose not to though, I kind of agree. Nice pick off by Nightmare, getting rid of those Vipers. The Vipers are of course quite the key, quite the linchpin for the Zerg defenses here. Without the Vipers, there is no threat of Abducts, no threat of Blinding Clouds, and Roaches by themselves, well, you could just pick up a can of spray from the hardware store to deal with that. The problem is if the Roaches in your basement also have Viper support. And if they do, I feel like I can only say I'm sorry. I'm glad I'm not you. Glad I don't have to deal with that. Zealots once again in the main base. Roaches not quite sure of where to go. Scarlet is of course splitting them off. Light, give me patience. We got carriers coming, alright. Full blown late game PvZ here, guys. There's Zerglings in production for one player and carriers for the other. This Zerg army is absolutely trashing these Protoss units. Oh, good disruptor shot though. I take it back. A little bit of a trade with that one. Oh, these are changelings. They even fooled me. Guys, red dots on the mini-map. Carrier about to be here. Can they get here quick enough, though? Can this base be saved? Well, it looks like this base is going to be saved before they even get here, because, of course, disruptors are scary. Safe. Carriers arrived. Scarlet trying to find an opening anywhere. Even the Zerglings pitching in, gonna pick off that battery. Roaches, of course, went home to offer emotional support to the Broodlords, which are about to need a whole lot more than emotional support. Even though they may be at the same relative tech level, Broodlords do not quite equal carriers. I wish Broods were better. I don't know how to make them better without making them absolutely broken, but I think they're one of my favorite units to see. I always like seeing Broodlords. Ultras too, for that matter. Feels like the late game options for Zerg are actually just their spellcasters and whatever tech they had throughout the mid game. What are we looking at here? Just posturing? Scarlet, of course, trying to clean up these Zealots before they can actually cause too much damage, trying to find an opening. Archon versus Banelings, very Archon favored. I worry about the anti-air. Scarlet has a whopping none, really. And there's 6 carriers on the board. Disruptors connecting with the Roach's Viper, trying to get some damage done. But the carriers, they just exist, guys. There's one Corruptor, there's 8, 9 more on the way, but Scarlet was not ready for these carriers. Whether that's because Nightmare hid them well, or the plan was for Broodlords, remains to be seen. Either way, the carriers are here. They are knocking on this Zerg store, and I fear there is no answer for the Zerg. Carriers, of course, when they're in low numbers, they're quite easy to deal with. In high numbers, they're much harder. It's much harder to get rid of them. Corruptors are here. They're joining the fight. Roaches are cleaning up the entire ground force, which is a good benefit, and Corruptors are whittling down the carriers. The Archons are going to present a problem, though. The Corruptors are stacked, and the carriers are reigning supreme. It is not looking good for the Zerg here. 4 Corruptors, 3 remaining, 12 drones have been killed off. But the ground forces for the Protoss have actually won the day. So much was built to try and deal with the carriers, it feels like. Then the Protoss ground forces win it after it all ends. GG. Going to be called Nightmare, going to take the game through it. Actually quite a long battle, absolutely well earned. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Hope you have a great day.